Leichardt Falls campground. Just trying to find our way to the main section.
We have arrived, Leichardt Falls. So we were told it's not flowing, and it's definitely not. There's where the falls are supposed to be, but it's still pretty impressive. They say not to swim in here because it's full of freshwater crocs. So there's little holes over that way, over there, that you can go walking to. You could probably swim in those, but in this big gorge they reckon it's full of freshwater crocs. So hopefully we can spot one and we'll show you one. There she is, the Burketown pub. Doesn't matter where you are in Australia, you can be in the middle of nowhere, guarantee you can still get a cold beer. So we've just left the Hells Gate Roadhouse. Quick stop there, I'll let all the tyres down because we'd heard reports roads weren't too bad to Hells Gate. Like there's a strip of, I think it was about 17 k's or something of dirt, which we got told, we heard somewhere along the grapevine that it wasn't that bad. But we weren't. This is this section here now to our next destination. Well, we're only going to a free camp up the road here, but we're not sure what the road conditions are like. So we quickly pulled over at Hells Gate, stopped for a squirt, let all the tyres down, and we're back on the dirt, baby, travelling.
Another traffic jam.
Come on, boys, get out of there.
Little babies.
Little cars. Get off the road.
They're a bit cute.
The big road train coming at us. So the road after Hells Gate has definitely deteriorated. It's gotten way worse. I'm glad we let the tyres down. Just pulled right over here off the edge and let this big fella go through. You watch the storm, the dust cloud that comes off him. It's hectic. We've just done about, what, 30 k's of death and finally made it back onto some bitumen, baby. Oh, it's instant relief. She was pretty wild, it was pretty gnarly that bit. Bit corrugated and rough, but we're back on the bitumen. She's not too bad. I don't think it'll last long though. I'd say she'll be bitumen for a little section and then we'll be back on the dirt. Savannah Way, baby, follow signs to Broome. There she is. Welcome to the NT. How good's that? Cape Crawford. They reckon that road is pretty horrendous.
Quarantine. That was just the COVID
shit. So we're going to pull over and get a photo with the...
Yeah. Go probably. Oh, it's probably a bit narrow, is it? Yeah. Welcome to the Northern Territory. Here we are.
Camp. We've made it. Calvert River Crossing campground. It's just a free camp. We were down there, but they're a big group, and it was so we've come up here, get away from the big group. Damage report. Nothing really.
Just messy.
Just a bit of, we had our blue loo stuff fall over and spill a bit, but other than that, the old bear man's held up. Considering what we just drove over, it's done well.
But there's dust here too.
Bit of dust. I taped up the door vent, but it still got in.
Oh well.
Oh well. Take it on again tomorrow.
Hey, copycat.
Time to chillax now, get a fire going, have a beer, and get ready for bed. What's going on, everyone? Early start this morning. We're about 150 k's out of Borroloola, or Borroloola. however you pronounce it. So it took us about, we done about 150 from Hell's Gate yesterday to get to this campground. Took us about 2 hours, 2 hours 45. 2.75 hours. So we thought we'd crack on early this morning and try and get out here and get a spot at the caravan park.
It's meant to be.
So we read that the road gets real ordinary just south of Borroloola, and there's definitely no doubt about that. And now we've hit a bit of an obstacle with the creek crossing here. It doesn't look too deep, but you can't get out and check because there's crocs, so we're just gonna have to take it on.
Good. Made it. We have made it.
So the road has been absolutely horrendous. I tried to film some of the corrugations we've been hitting before, but we couldn't. The flat battery in the bloody camera again. But we've crossed the river. We're heading out to Borroloola now. Bit of luck, we'll be there soon. She's been a wild old ride, eh?
Terrible.
That creek crossing then, that was probably the easiest part that we've done, I reckon. The corrugations are just horrendous. For anyone that's never done it, when you finish driving, your arms, your hands are just pumping. Like last night trying to have a beer, I could just feel my hands just going holding onto the steering wheel all day. But anyhow, stay tuned. We're back on the bitumen, baby. Holy testicle Tuesday, Batman. That was some hardcore corrugations, that shit. I'll give you the tip. We just read a review, someone just put up, we've only just come back into phone service, someone just put up a review that the road from Hell's Gate to Borroloola is really not that bad. I'm like, Jesus, I'd hate to see it on a bad day. Anyhow, as soon as we pull in, we'll give you a damage report. One broken antenna. Just the whip. It's fixable. It's just come under, it just wriggled loose. Step won't go out properly. And we've got a severe amount of rubbish on the floor. Other than that, we're pretty good. It's not too bad.
I got my beautiful dress.
Not too bad.
Can you take that out, please?
Where'd that come from? All this fluff.
I don't know.
Oh, that's from
it's the plants. Yeah,
you can
so at least you got these plants and they've gone everywhere. But other than that, we're pretty good. No major damage. That was probably the worst roads known to man. So we've done pretty well. Happy with that. Other than the step not opening properly, but we'll adjust that up, get that working. Other than that, we're good. That was, I don't know how, because that was hardcore. Back on the road, so we're on the Carpentaria Highway now. We've just left Borroloola. We were going to go out and check out Lorella Springs and then head around to like the Roper Bar and across the Mataranka that way. However, we spoke to a couple that come from there yesterday and they said there were people getting stuck on the road because there's been a bit of rain up here and it was just hectic. They've got a full off-road van on airbag suspension and their fridge fell out of the fridge cavity and luckily it didn't fall right out, it just sort of got stuck in the cavity and just balanced there. And they were able to dodge it up just to get them over to Borroloola. So we've decided that we've had enough of that corrugations and that crap, we're not going to bother. So we're heading down to Macarthur.
Probably just a little free camp somewhere, we're not really sure. We'll just see how we go, when we feel like pulling up for the day.
Yeah, and then...
But the old man, she held up pretty well considering the stories we heard whilst we were staying there, eh? Like, there was plenty of vans that were a lot dearer, full off-road beasts, that just about every one of them had damage. Someone's microwave fell out, hit the bench, hit the floor. One person's fridge fully broke, flooded the van. The other one, fridge, like Guy said, just fell out of the cavity. There was another one that it had I think the checker plate was like hanging off, like it was all duct taped up, but yeah, it was hanging off.
That one was that with the checker plate that was all taped up. That was a bit of a surprise because that was like a big name brand, and it was like a full off-road van on airbag suspension, and I reckon it'd be what, probably $140,000 worth of caravan. But you just don't know how people drive. See, we just we let our tyres down. I went 30 on the front axle, 35 on the rear axle, 30 all round on the van, and then just drove to the conditions. There was times where we were cruising along at 20k an hour, and then there was times where we were doing 80. But some people just hit it like they just hit it like madmen. Yep. And that's what happens.
There was another one too. We got told a Dodge Ram, they fully cracked, snapped the chassis on the Dodge Ram, but they were driving pretty wild apparently.
But pretty happy with how it all turned out for us, really. Like, we just heard from another fella. He said, I've been travelling 35 years and I've never seen corrugations that bad in all that time of travel. So we've done pretty well to come out unscathed.
Very lucky, that's for sure. We don't really want to experience that again.
Anyhow, we'll keep trekking, probably stop at the Heartbreak Hotel for a photo, and then punch it on a bit further, and then we'll go through Daly waters tomorrow and up to Mataranka. Yep. But it's definitely nice travelling on bitumen.
Bit of bitumen, much smoother, less stressful.
One hand on the wheel, can use cruise control. This is great, this is living.
Don't have to worry about damage. Awesome. Don't have to worry about cleaning the van out because it's filthy when you're
full of dust. Yeah, we don't have a dust suppression system on ours, but all we did do is just tape up the vents with duct tape, and I got out of a 30 pack of cans, just pulled the middle cardboard out, taped that over the door vent. It definitely helped. You still get dust in, it's that fine, it just gets in everywhere, but that definitely helped, I reckon. If we didn't do that, the van would have been just caked in it.
Oh yeah.
But anyhow,
alright.
Stay tuned, we'll show you more. We have arrived. Daly waters. We're going to go down to the pub and have a beer. It's been a long ass day of driving. But check out these. She's Toyota country, mate. There you have it. The original Northern Territory bull catcher. Check that out. I reckon if you put the key in that, she'd turn over. Typical Toyota. Shelby Robinson R44 four-seater that crashed while mustering cattle. No one was killed. Bloody hell, I don't know how. Don't know how no one died in that. Not every day you see a horse in the pub. You have it. The Daly Waters pub. I don't think it'd be a true blue Savannah Way experience if you didn't visit the Daly Waters pub. What do you think of that?
Yummy.
What do you think of the pub?
Good.
Ashton, what do you think of the pub? It's good, eh? It's cool. Pretty cool. I'll ask Alicia when she gets here.
Had a nice vibe and
Yeah, it was good.
I enjoyed my cider.
Could have settled in actually. We both enjoyed our drinks, but we're gonna jump in the cruiser and keep cruising. Bitter Springs, baby. Let's do this. We've made it. There you have it, Bitter Springs. Awesome, awesome spot. What do you think?
It's cool.
It's good, eh?
It's nice.
It's refreshing, it's nice and warm.
It's looking a bit nicer now, the sun's coming out.
Definitely a tip, if you come here, you want floaties or a pool noodle. It's a long way to float or to keep yourself afloat when you're just drifting down. So a floaty or a pool noodle is a must.
Bodyboard.
Bodyboard even, anything that floats, that can float you is a must. But this is Bitter Springs. Now we're going to go check out the thermal springs. So we'll show you that one too. I think that's a bit, with what we've heard, it's concreted and sandy bottom and a bit more man-made, whereas this is a bit more natural. So stick about, we'll show you that one too. We are here. So this is Mataranka thermal pools. We've done the hot springs as you've already seen, as promised. The thermal pools. Let's do it. We have arrived. Check this joint out. Crystal clear water. We're in there. Verdict on the springs. Which one do you? I actually personally like Bitter Springs better. I reckon it was warmer and there's like you can float around and stuff, whereas in that one it's sort of you just got to sit there. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought the same. It's still nice having the concrete and less like, what do you call it, bacteria stuff floating around.
Yeah.
That's cool, eh?
Rainbow Spring, no swimming. I don't know, it looks pretty inviting, doesn't it?
Very inviting.
Yeah,
Probably
clear
might
it
be
is.
too hot because it's bubbling. It might be like...
I reckon it is hot. I reckon you can feel the heat coming off it.
I reckon she's hot.
Yeah, I reckon Bitter Springs is the pick.
You walk this way?
You can go this way back up to the road.
Don't drop that on the ground.
Yeah, Bitter Springs is the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. But both definitely worth looking at. This one's more man-made, whereas Bitter Springs, like I said before, is just natural, more natural. You get a bit, when you put the goggles on and float down, there's more to see, and definitely worth coming here though, both of them. Check them out, Mataranka, beautiful spot. Bye.